Hello, hi everyone, and welcome to NLP and the coronavirus day 38, I believe it is. Thank you for the feedback on the session that I did yesterday, which was a little bit different with the numerology to discover your life purpose. Good number of you really liked that. And I've been getting some requests to do things of a more esoteric nature, a more magical, a more spiritual nature. And also I've been asked about, what books to read during lockdown, because I know a lot of you want to continue studying and developing personally. So those threads, those ideas in mind, what I've decided to do is for the next 7 lives that we do is to actually cover a book with you. And I've chosen a book that you can buy physically. I'll put the Amazon link in the comments below. So if you want to get a physical book, because I do still love reading physical books, as you can see from the contents of my library. But it is also a book that you can download for free as a PDF. Whichever you prefer. If you want to read it in the electronic format, you can get it for free. If you want to buy a physical copy, you can get it easily from Amazon. And the book is called The Kybalion by the 3 initiates. And the 3 initiates were rumored to be Paul Foster Case, the author of my all-time favorite book on the tarot. So Mark, you put a comment in today actually, about yesterday's Facebook Live about wanting something around the tarot. The Tarot, the book by Paul Foster Case, I believe is the best book on tarot ever written. And so one of the 3 initiates was rumored to be Paul Foster Case. Another of those initiates was rumored to be William Walker Atkinson, who also went under a number of other pen names, like Theron Q. Dumont. That's right. That's why the name didn't come to me straight away. Theron Q. Dumont, the writer of another great book that I love, Personal Magnetism. And also he wrote some other more esoteric books under the name of Yogi Ramashakara. And the 3rd initiate was rumored to be a disincarnate entity. So we got an interesting book. So and here's the reason why we're going to do seven of these. We'll just read from I think it's chapter 2 in the book, and it says that the principles of truth are 7. He who knows these understandingly possesses the magic key, before whose touch all the doors of the temple fly open. So I thought that'd be pretty good. And so the Kybalion has that there are 7 principles or 7 laws that rule the universe that we live in. And if we understand these laws and we utilize these laws, then we can use them to create what we want. So I thought that would be quite apt at this point in time. So what I'm suggesting is that if you want to do this with me, then you read the chapter on each of the 7 principles. And then with the live, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my take, if you like, my model of the world, my interpretation of how that particular principle, how that law or that rule is playing out at the moment in our current situation, and how we can use that to create to change our own personal experience. Okay. Now there are 7 laws. I'm going to do 1 per live. The first is the principle of mentalism. The second is the principle of correspondence. The third is the principle of vibration. The 4th is the principle of polarity. The 5th is the principle of rhythm. The 6th is the principle of cause and effect. And if you've done NLP training with me or Huna training with me, then you'll already be familiar with that law. And then the 7th is the principle of gender. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through one of those principles each evening, each live evening, depending where you are in the world, and look at how each of those principles, if you like, correspond to the current situation that we find ourselves in, and how we can use that principle to change our experience to be an experience that we want. Okay. So to give you time to get the book, either to buy it or to download it and to read it, we're going to start this 7 program series on Monday, 7 p.m. British Summer Time, 6 p.m. UTC. And we'll be going through the first of those principles, the principle of mentalism. So what you'd need to do to kind of like get the most out of that, get the best out of it, is to read the book, the intro to the book, which is up to page 9. Then the principle of mentalism starts on page 9. But it's actually, the principle of mentalism is only one page. It's actually only one page. So if you read 10 pages before Monday, then you'll be in a really good place to actually go through that principle with me live on here on Facebook. Okay, so I'm looking forward to that. This was a book that really had a big influence on me. It really changed a lot of the ways that I thought about things, and I haven't read it for a long time. I think it's a book that I bought probably 27 years ago when I first started out in 1993, and I haven't really read it since then. So I'm looking forward to revisiting it 27 years later to see how my take on those 7 principles, those 7 hermetic laws have actually changed. So thank you for joining me. I'm looking forward to working with you next week, starting on Monday, with those particular things. Wherever you are in the world, I love you lots. Have a great weekend this weekend. I'm actually training for 2 days into Romania. Obviously, I'm not going to Romania for obvious reasons, but I'm training into Romania for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. And then we'll be back with you guys on Monday to start going through the Kybalion. So wherever you are in the world, love you lots, and ahui ho.